Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Rapid Blue is the New Black. And today the topic is how tall is too tall for the C8 Corvette? So let's get right into it. So myself, my proportions are I'm about 6'5" on a good day, 200 pounds. And I fit into this vehicle absolutely perfectly. I have about an inch of clearance on the top. I am not crammed by the legs at all. I fit into it perfectly. So I want to go over how tall do I think is too tall for it. Now, the first thing, and this really goes for people that are shopping around, debating if they want to get a Corvette, you have to keep in mind, if you're a taller person, you cannot get into with this like a regular vehicle. So on a typical car, when you get in, you probably, I'm guessing, you go right foot first and you just go in. As you can see, you can get a little bit closer, you can see, I mean, my knee is hitting the wheel over here and it's just too low, this ceiling. So for me to get in normally with my size, it's just not practical. It's gonna be extremely awkward and annoying. So the easiest way to get in, it's not rocket science, I'm sure you can figure it out, but this is what I do. I simply sit, get my head in, and then just swing my legs in carefully. That's it. Like I said, not rocket science. It's very easy to get in and out. To get out, put your legs here, get your head out, and just get up. I mean, I guess if you have knee problems, I could see how it could be a little exhausting, but for someone that's in decent shape, you really should not have a hard time getting in and out of the vehicle. So let's go around, let's go inside. I want to show you about the clearance that I have for my head on the inside. There we go. All right. So this is me sitting, and if you look up here, I probably have about an inch, which is plenty. I can turn my head, I can move around like this, and plenty. I could get a little bit more than probably about two thickness of both of my hands easily. Now I have the seat all the way back, and I also have it down too, all the way back and all the way down. And as you can see, I fit into it perfectly. I have plenty of leg room. It's not like my knees are cramped against the wheel. This is my foot on the brake, and again, about an inch of clearance over here. It's not uncomfortable at all. I sat in the McLaren, I believe it was the 720S, and at that moment I realized I cannot get a McLaren. I'm too big for it. The roof was over here, and I felt so cramped. I was like this, and I was trying to figure out how am I gonna look in my mirrors and safely drive. I knew it wasn't gonna work, but this, not a problem. So leave me some comments about, I'm curious to know, who is the tallest C8 owner? Because I think, in my opinion, I think if I was about 6 foot 6, 6'7", I think I might be too tall for this vehicle. So I think if you are 6'4" and below 250 pounds, you should not have a problem or be worried about buying this vehicle and owning it every day. Now, if you're above 6'5", I think that's the point where you really want to make sure you sit in one first and you take it for a decent test drive to make sure that you're comfortable. Now, overall, the seats for someone my size are pretty comfortable. So if you want to look at the seats, these are the GT2 seats. I was not getting the GT3 because it would have been too smushed. Now, this over here, it's going to hug you a little bit, but it is wide enough, and I fit inside it perfectly. I'm perfectly comfortable. I've taken long trips with this. I have no complaints. Now, if you're a bigger person, you may want to consider getting the GT1 seats. Now, they're not going to look as nice, but you're not going to have this over here. It's going to be a little bit more cushiony as well. I sat in it, and the GT1 seats are a lot more comfortable. They're just not going to be as stylish. So that's about it. Please let me know how tall you are and if you own this car and how your experience is. 6'5", and I have no complaints. One more thing. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. I have a goal. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And if you appreciate it, I get right into the content. I don't have all editing. I do it all in one take. Please subscribe and help me get to my goal. I'll see you next time.